Hi, everyone. My name is Monica Lopez. I'm one of many librarians at Cerritos College Library, and I want to show you around the Cerritos College Library website. What you should be seeing is the Cerritos College Library website. What I want to do is actually start from the campus page, and I'm going to scroll down, and there's a link from our website. In order to get to the library website, I recommend using the quick links, which are here highlighted. And halfway down, you'll see library and chat. And then you can go ahead and select that, and you'll be able to have access to the library website. And what I'd like to do is walk you through some of the resources and a lot of the things that are available to you as students. And I welcome you to campus and to being a Cerritos College student. And I'm really happy and excited that you've chosen Cerritos College for your education. So I'm really excited about that for you. Um, but again, what I really want to do is walk you through some of the resources available through the Cerritos College Library website that you have available to you. Some of the main things that you'll see from the website are that the library is open. So we see up here, this is information about how you can come to campus, you have access to the library, and everything that's available within the library. I invite you, when you have a moment, you can schedule time to come to campus and be able to go and visit the library. The library hours for on-campus services is Monday through Thursday from 9 to 6. And then we have chat, and we have chat open a little bit longer usually, but it's available Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then we also have it available Friday from 9 to 3. And so you can see there's a lot of information just on this website. So I really recommend and highly suggest that you take a look at the library website. Now, besides visiting the library in person, you do have access to contact-free checkout of materials, whether it's an actual textbook or a library book or a laptop or a hotspot, and I'll talk about that as well. Is we still have contact-free checkout, and basically what that means, if I click this link here, is that it has information about how you can request materials, laptops, hotspots, and you can pick them up on campus 24/7 using these lockers that we have. The lockers are available, as you can see on this map. There's a locker located and a drop box too located in lot 2. So right there, right outside of the bookstore, there's a locker, there's a book drop. So you have access to those. And this is available if you don't want to come into the library, if you, for whatever reason, you can't make it to the library. So just you can request materials, laptops, hotspots, and you'll be able to pick those up at your leisure whenever you are available. So these are some links up here that you can kind of go through about how to request a book or a DVD if you needed to. There is a phone number that you can call directly to the circulation department, and they can answer any questions, or email. Obviously, they'll email you as soon as they can, and they're usually good about responding unless they're helping somebody else. But you might want to take a look at the information here about how they go about it and exactly how they fill your request. And then again, these links up here do provide a lot of information that can answer some of your questions about how to go about checking out and using the contact-free checkout services. If I go back to the home page, what we can see is there's information here about how to borrow a laptop or a hotspot, also right underneath this part here. And so again, you can click this link and you have information about how to request a laptop or a hotspot or both. I highly recommend that you do this, especially if you're planning to be a Cerritos College student in the fall. If you're just in the summer and you might not continue in the fall, then you might not need to request a laptop or a hotspot. If you're planning to continue, especially in the fall, I would highly recommend that you request those items now. There's an English form, a Spanish form, and basically there's information here about how to request. And again, there's that phone number if you have questions, or an email. But the English form, when you click on it, is pretty much information about how the program works. You fill out the form, somebody will email you from the circulation staff once they receive the form, and then you'll be able to come to campus, or you can do the lockers for the contact free pickup. So really you have a couple options. And so I highly recommend that you take advantage of this. If you don't have a laptop or a hotspot or both, or you just need a hotspot, is to request those items now, especially if you're planning to be with us in the fall. Once you set that up, then you'll be able to hold on to those materials, and unless you need to stop going to school or you don't need those items, then you can return them. But if you're planning to continue, I would highly recommend, and you do plan to do those requests as soon as possible. And again, there's information up here again about using the laptop or the hotspot. So some information, picking up the laptop or the hotspot in a locker, and how to return those items. And so again, there's a lot of information about how to do this. And I stress that if you get stuck, this kind of guides me into the chat, because if you have any questions about requesting a book or contact free checkout or a laptop or anything like that, you can log into the chat. As long as we're open, so always check those hours. You can log in and be able to chat with one of us, and you'll be able to have access to a librarian. There's also chat for the computer lab support, and so they also have their computer services has their own chat. So if you ask a question in the library chat about, I don't know, how to use a computer, or you get stuck with email or anything like that, we can refer your question to the computer services. And the computer services has their own tab up here. And so there's a lot of information here about Zoom and about My Cerritos and logging in and all kinds of different help. And also you can see that they do have their own chat. So that's a lot of information already. I always recommend people stopping the video and obviously going back and reviewing it at your own leisure, of course. But there's a lot of resources that are available through the library website that can definitely be of service to you as you become a student at Cerritos College, if you continue with us. So again, take a look at the hours that we're open. Physically, we have a lot of resources, and then we're open for chat, and so you can definitely do that. We also have a phone, so if you do leave a voicemail, you can call us, and somebody will respond to you if you leave a voicemail. You can send us an email, so definitely you can do that. And also, you can schedule an appointment. So if you do have a specific research project or a specific question that you want to make an appointment, you can definitely schedule an appointment. And that information is in this little area right here under Talk to a Librarian. So there's a lot of resources available. Obviously, I'm sort of hitting and showing you most of the popular ones, which would be about how to check out and all that kind of thing. But if you do have any questions at all, I would recommend jumping into the chat, and you just put your name, and then you start typing a question, and somebody will be able to answer your question or guide you or get you to the right people on campus to help you. So far, that's a lot of information about how to contact us. And so you see that there's a lot of resources available just on this website. I highly recommend, spending some time and clicking on some of these links. We do have a lot of resources available to you. We all obviously have information about the campus, the Success Center, which a lot of students ask about, and they also have their own chat. So if you do have questions for them, we can either refer them to, to help you, or we can have you actually take a look at the Success Center, which is also another part of the library building. And so they have a lot of resources available as well. So you might want to take a look about the tutoring, very specific type of tutoring, and look at their summer hours, the in-person and the online, and then also they have their chat. So definitely a lot of ways to access them, either physically, online, or even through chat. So you have a lot of options there. And so when you go back to the homepage of the library, you'll notice sort of towards the bottom under college links, you see that there's a lot of information that's available to students. We have a lot of questions, students coming about, still getting some emergency aid or about Cerritos Cares. There's the Success Center, the College Bookstore, some information about Canvas and the scheduling. So there's a lot of information here could be helpful to you if you wanted to use the library as a great resource. Obviously, there's a lot of other resources available under useful library links like about ebooks and textbooks. We have Canopy videos that are streaming videos, and that's a really nice database that we subscribe to. If I click on Canopy videos, this is a really nice database that you have access to. You just have to log in, obviously, with your campus credentials. And I'm just logging in with mine. So those are not the ones you would use, but obviously you would be able to have access to Canopy and be able to look at some of the videos that they have available. So you'll be able to see some of these films and be able to see a lot of resources that they have available. So they do have a lot of streaming films that you have access to as students. So you just have to log in. And again, if you have questions about how to log in or you're not sure what to use to be able to log in, then you just jump onto chat and you'll be able to, ask your question about how to log into something like Canopy, and you'll be able to have access to, all these streaming videos that you'll have access to. And you can do this off campus. You don't have to be on campus to be able to see some of these resources like Canopy videos. Obviously, we have up here at the very top the library catalog, even more research databases, research guides, which will be very helpful if you're taking a specific class. There's video tutorials, and again, the computer services. And if you need a graphing calculator, so there's a lot of resources just here up at the top. And then if obviously you kind of scroll down, the contact free checkout information about the laptops in this little area here, the chat, which is in this area in our library hours. And then even over here, I didn't talk about this yet, but login, email, and computer help. There's some really helpful links here. So if you have questions about your student computer or login, then you can email. And then obviously Wi-Fi information, which is very important if you're on campus. So there's quite a bit of information just on this library website. So again, I just want to invite you to take the time to kind of click around and kind of familiarize yourself with the website, because there's a lot of resources here. Obviously, I'm a resource. Many of our librarians that are working on campus and from off campus are available to you physically in the library or through chat. And so I really am so excited and happy that you've chosen Cerritos College as a place to provide you a college education. And I'm really excited to be able to see you on campus, or maybe to help you on chat. Or if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to us at any time. So I really wanted to thank you all for joining me. And I'm really excited about your new adventure as a college student at Cerritos College. Thank you.